YouTube, Dr. Yvette here. Okay, I'm a little behind schedule. I have been in Texas for 3 weeks enjoying my mom and my family, but now I am back and I have got to get this farm together. So in today's video, I am taking down my Thanksgiving decor, putting up my Christmas decor, and I am pulling carrots. A few other things I've got to get together in the barn, but I am Dr. Yvette, a beginning gardener. Not so beginning, but I'm new to this, and I will soon be in year 3 next summer. So if you're interested in beginning gardener content, please take this journey with me. Thanks for watching. These are considered thumb carrots, and thumb carrots meaning they are as short and thick as a thumb. These were gifted to me from Greenstalk, the place where I buy my things for my Greenstalk. Oh, and look at that. I am so excited. They actually got the size that they were supposed to be. When I looked at the seed, it was about as long as my thumb and about as thick as my thumb. So this did really, really well. So I'm excited. That's my first one. Let's see. Let's keep going. Oh, look. Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh, they look amazing. Look at that. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so let's keep going with this carrot harvest. So, my husband just made a comment. He said I should leave some of them in the ground um, and not harvest them all. And I'm thinking, why not? Why not harvest them all? Why not? Um, why not? But I guess he knows something I don't know, although he's beginning with me. But I wanted to show you something. So what I've learned just recently from harvesting just that little bit, the carrot, when it's been up out of the ground, I should have been looking. I'm gonna come in closer. It gets hard around this top part and start to lose its color. You get discoloration. So next year, regardless of how tall the stems may get, because that looks like it's about 9 inches, I need to look to see if the top part of the carrot is sticking up out of the ground, because that'll let me know that it's ready to be harvested. Even though this is small, these are thumb carrots. They should be about as thick and as short as my thumb, but this is probably about the size of my ring finger. So this one didn't do so well in the harvest, but also, focus, I didn't harvest it soon enough, because look at the top part. Let me come in closer so you can see how the top part got hard and discolored. So now I know for the next time what to do. Now, should I harvest them all? Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm just going to do one complete side and leave the others. Yep, see, these are the same way. They got that little hard part on the top, which means they probably should have been left down in the dirt a little bit, or harvested sooner. Oh, look at that one. This one's a baby one, but look at the thickness on this baby right here. And it may have been left in the ground too long too, because it's a little hard on the top. It looked like I broke some of the carrot off down in the ground by not pulling it up right, so I've got to be careful. And I'm going to dig in the dirt to see if I can find that other piece of carrot. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, look how long it was. Look at that. Where'd it go? Look how long it was. It broke off when I was pulling it out of the ground, but that's almost about 9 to 10, maybe 12 inches. No, maybe 9 or 10. Not as long as a ruler, but That was amazing. That would have been my longest carrot yet. So let's pull a few more on this side. Yeah, look at that. Now I just want to give somebody some carrots because I have a carrot harvest. Now I'm overdoing it, right? Wanting to share with people because I got a carrot harvest. Yeah, that's right. Oh, look. 3 of those are right there together. I pulled all 3 up out of the ground nice and slow together. Looks good. So I'm going to stop with the carrot harvest because that looks like it's a good amount. And there are some that's sticking up out of the ground. I'm going to come in a little bit closer so I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Okay, for next year, this is what I'm talking about when I say sticking up out of the ground. So if you look real close, right here, you can see that there is a part of the carrot that is sticking up out of the dirt. And that's the part of the carrot that is really, really hard and has lost its color, a little discoloration. So next year, I know, even though I see nice long stems that's about 10 to 12 inches, I know to look closer to the dirt to make sure the carrot is completely immersed in dirt so that it doesn't get this hard brown part and make it where it's not edible. Although I'm going to eat them, I'm just going to cut that top part off because the discoloration is just a little bit past that, not too much, but I'm going to eat them anyway because the rest of it is still orange. But let me pull it up so you can see. Oh, okay, a little disfigured, but now you can see exactly what I'm talking about with that top part being darker and not orange. And then this one just did not produce correctly, and it's too small. Remember, these are thumb carrots, so they're about to be as thick and as long as the thumb, and some of them have came out much better than that. But I'm excited with what I've gotten. But now I know for next year what to do when it's dark like that at the top. So let's keep going. So here's my final carrot harvest, what I'm going to harvest today. I am going to leave some in the ground like my husband suggested, but these are the carrots on the side that I'm going to use. And then over here, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I'm not going to use because of the growth, the size, and then what's happening at the top, the carrot being exposed and out of the dirt. So I have about, yeah, that's 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. And then the rest. And remember, these are thumb carrots, so it's not as long. It should be as thick and as long as my thumb. And I think this does it. It makes the mark. So I'm going to take these inside and make something very delicious with them. Maybe roasted carrots. I don't know. It just depends. But I'm so excited that I have a harvest, that the carrots turned out just as they should. And I thank the Lord for doing it for me. Happy gardening. Okay, I'm getting the Christmas decor together. It's not going to be as much as Thanksgiving. And I preserved these last year by winding them up around my arm. And so they come out really, really good, untangled. So I'm just going to drape these across the hay. And I'm speaking loud because I don't have my mic. But just drape these across the hay. It doesn't look like much now, but it'll be very pretty at night when it's dark. pine cones are from my backyard. If you live close by, feel free to call me to come get some pine cones. Because all they do is become mulch back in the dirt as the year go on. So if you want pine cones, just let me know. Come on over and grab them. Okay, so I'll come back once I get this all settled and get everything straightened out on it and let you see how it's looking. Merry Christmas and happy gardening. I am always okay with repeating Christmas decor, decorations, and Thanksgiving decorations from the year before. And I still have the tag on it. So I gotta find a way to help these stand up so that you can see it has nice pretty bulge on it. And I'm gonna cut the tags off. Some tags. I actually wish I could have them hanging some kind of way. But I don't have anything to secure them to. So we'll see. I'm running out of daylight, so I've got to get the things cleaned up. We'll see. Okay, we're progressing nicely. We got the 3 wicker packages up there. We got the bales over here in green and white with the glitter on them. And now I just got to get the small snowman and the Christmas tree. I'll be right back. All right, last placement of the last piece of decor, which is this Christmas tree, red and green. And it's going right over here in front of the wheel next to the snowman. And I think that's it for outside. Looks a little off. Maybe I'll sit it on the snowman. The star actually hides a little bit of the happy holidays. But I think it looks okay. I think it sticks with my country decor with all of the pine cones, the wicker, the cranberries on top of the bows, the green that matches the house, although this house is a blue green, the seafoam door, the white. So I think it's kind of like still red, white, and green or seafoam. So that's it for outside. Plus, it's getting dusty and it's about to get dark. So I'll just go in a little bit closer so you can see it up close. And then we're done. Well, for outside, the last thing is the wreath, and I've got to do the wreath. I just can't find my hot glue gun to get the wreath started, but I'll get it done over the weekend and get it hung because I wanted to have all this done before Christmas. So I think it'll be really pretty when the lights are out. But there's the wicker snowman. I've had him for probably more than 20 years. I bought him at Kirkland's a long time ago, and he has held up for a very long time. I put him out every Christmas. So I love him. I pray that the lights never go out on him because I've had it for years and the lights have always worked. This is his first time being outside, so we'll see how it goes. And these bows, I got these from Kirkland's too. Last year or year before last, but they have lights on the inside, and I love them because of the wreath and the bow on top with the little very small pine cones. Coming close for you to see those. A little glitter, little small pine cones. You can see they're small, almost smaller than my finger. Cranberries, a little greenery, and a big bow. And it's a trio set that you have to buy separately, but it's light. It has lights on the inside. And then, of course, the pine cones from my back forest. If you need some, let me know. Come grab them.
So that's this side. And then I just have them sitting on my planters. So I thought that was good. And it's all about what you see from the street. So if you're coming up the street, you'll see this side. And if you're coming down our street, you'll see this side. I've had that snowman stand for years. I used to put poinsettias on it. It's typically in the house right inside the front door. But this year I decided to put it outside because it's metal, so it should be able to handle the light winters we have here in the coastal South. And then, of course, the hay, the wagon that's going to be for my grandbaby when I have him, and the hay on top with lights. And then, of course, these big bells that I got from Kirkland's last year. And they really are a bell. If you pick up the twine and shake it, you'll hear the ball moving. But I like those. And the glitter that's on it. Come in closer so you can see the glitter that's on it. But I love the hammered metal that give it a rustic farm look, like where we live out on a farm. And then the metal on that, and then the metal on the tree with the little Star of David on top. So this is the decor for outside, and I'm happy with it. Just a little bit of something on the front porch. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening. I had to come outside and film in the dark so you could see our Christmas lights. It's very minimal, but it's cold. But I had to come out at night for you to see it. Merry Christmas.